Hello, this is Dr. Chatterton. It's eve of Veterans Day, so that means it's November 10th, so be sure tomorrow to be thankful of all of our veterans that have served our country. I come to you today to give you a little bit of an update from the board meeting last night. One of the hot topics that we discussed was how the calendar will look next semester. When we first started our transition work to get the school year started, we had discussed when it was adopted originally in August that we need to update our calendar at some time before winter hit. We thought it'd be November, but things are going along okay right now, so we're going to not make any changes till December. And there's no definitive changes that are going to be made, but a very important topic that's being discussed is a hybrid model. Since the beginning, we have wanted in-person learning for all our students as much as possible. We know that at some point, and we already have, that we have to go to remote learning for a variety of reasons. It would be really nice if we had a direct matrix that said you have this many staff or this many students, or within the area, these are the numbers you look to, and bam. This is when you go remote, or this is when you go hybrid, or this is when it's safe to be in person. But that does not exist. So we do rely on all three of our health departments, both in Fulton County, Knox County, and primarily Peoria County because that's where the school resides in. But we work with all our health departments, and then we look at what our staffing is and what their situations are, and then we decide accordingly what's most appropriate. As of right now, as I'm recording this video, we do have certain segments throughout the campus, both in the elementary and the junior high and the high school, that are remote right now, but we're able to maintain in-person learning. So this brings me back to the calendar. Within the calendar that the board will be discussing and taking action on, most likely in December, is a hybrid model. This is not the desired course of action for the district. This is only a further mitigating strategy that we might have to take before having to go full remote. Why do I bring this up? Well, as we know, our numbers in our area are going up. Additionally, it's cold and flu season. The same symptoms that are consistent with cold and flu are also consistent with our COVID screener. So we have to have additional mitigating strategies. And the other factor is we're not able to go. We've had wonderful weather and been able to get outside, and we won't be able to get outside as much as we enter the winter months. So a hybrid model would allow us to maintain in-person learning. I'll repeat, everyone's desire is to continue what we currently have. A hybrid model would be district-wide, 1 day a week would be remote learning for all students in the district. Presumably Wednesday, because that's the midpoint. Students would have contact with their teachers, and then we'd have enough time to sanitize the entire campus, and there wouldn't be as much delay between interactions with staff and students, with the midpoint being the remote day for the entire district. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, the junior high and high school would maintain their block scheduling format. The elementary school would be going to a purple or gold day, essentially an A day or B day. Students would be divided up, and half the students, essentially half, would attend on 2 of the days, and the other half of each class would attend on the other 2 days. How that would look, what would factor into that, first and foremost would be the family unit home. The other students and siblings in the home, they'd be on the same day. They'd either be on a purple day or a gold day. After that, we'd try to balance out the classes as much as possible. It wouldn't be a perfect 50-50, but the students would get, at the elementary school, 2 days of in-person instruction, and then the other 3 would be remote. This is less in-person instruction for the students, and it would be highly focused instruction during that time, focused on the core content subjects. Once again, this is not what's desired. This will be an alternative to going full remote for the district. The calendar is presented as if it was full remote for the entire second semester, just as a reference point. The probability of us needing to continue with a hybrid model into the spring is unlikely, but it may happen. So we would want you to plan accordingly at your homes so that you're able to be responsive to whatever your circumstances are that you need to allot for within the hybrid model. Our primary choice would be maintaining 5 days of instruction in person per week. A hybrid model would only be used if that's not feasible for us to continue with. So that should come to action in December, and I'll communicate back with you. Individual buildings will have more information, how your children will be divided up, what their specific days would look like. That's forthcoming. They're working on that now. I don't have those answers for you. I just want you to be aware that this is a discussion item that is going on. Along with the winter months, we always talk about weather and snow days. While it is still an option that we could call a snow day early in the morning and you could get the phone call, it's probably not going to happen this year. We'll probably have remote days in lieu of when weather does not allow us to run the buses safely. The advantage to this is that we'd still be able to maintain a day of instruction. It would be remote, but a day of instruction. Most likely we'd be able to make that call sooner. So theoretically, I'd like to think that we'd be able to make that call the evening before rather than the decisions early in the morning. They may still come in the morning, but with the forecast, we might be able to call it a little bit sooner. And we'd also probably be able to accommodate some sort of meal options. Those are still being worked out, not a guarantee, but those are some advantages to being able to have the remote option as we look to the winter months. With that, I'll give another plug. We'd love for everybody to participate in our meal program here at school because it's free. Breakfast and lunch, all students. So please participate in our meal program here at school. Along with remote learning, I need to shift gears to the e-learning plan. The e-learning plan was established in the spring when we first were forced into remote learning. The e-learning plan hasn't been updated since then. It'll probably get updated in December along with when the calendar is discussed. There's a couple items in there such as the way we do attendance and the way we have makeup work that'll probably change. We're still working with the staff in each individual building so we have it correctly correlated to what's going on now and the expectations that are going on. In closing, I'd like to stress to you how important it is that we all do our part in preventing the exposure to the virus. We need to limit our interactions to those that are absolutely necessary. We need to monitor our health and stay home if we're not feeling well. And please wear your masks. With that, thank you and stay safe.